So I'm thinking I'm gonna be doing a little bit longer than just the week vlog because I didn't take a lot of footage this week. So I might just go straight through the end of Boo-A-Thon, aka Halloween. Whew, I'm tired. So my update yesterday. I started and finished because it's just a graphic novel, but H.P. Lovecraft, He Who Wrote in the Darkness. It was really fascinating, actually. I didn't think about what it would be about, and it was actually about H.P. Lovecraft, like a little snapshot of his life. And I learned things about him that even my husband didn't know, like that he was friends with Harry Houdini. That was something I did not know about him, and now I know, and it was fascinating. I even Wikipedia'd to make sure that this wasn't just like fiction, but it was true. It was nonfiction. He was friends with Harry Houdini. Weird. Anyway, I gave it a 4-star. It wasn't really...
No pens on it.
Okay.
Now,
It wasn't really my cup of tea, because again, I don't really care about H.P. Lovecraft. But I liked the art style, and I liked... Let me see if I can open this one handed. Oh, yeah, no. I'll deal with that later. Okay. There's cool art, and of course I opened to a page. It's not really panels. Let's see. I liked... It's just so... It's so finished looking. I really like that. So yeah, 4 stars for that. I'm sure I can make it work for one of the Boo-A-Thon prompts, but I haven't really thought about it. And then in Mr. Mercedes, I'm like 46% through, which is a little bit further than I had hoped to be by today, so I'm like ahead of schedule, which is good. I need to get it done before November so I can start Girl in the Tower. As for that, I am partway through part 7 of the audiobook in 10 parts of The Bear and the Nightingale, so I'm getting close to done on that. I always get anxious when I reread a book that I consider one of my favorites, and I'm thinking like, what if I hear it or read it again and it's not my favorite anymore? Like I was, you know, influenced by other people or how I felt that time. So it's always a good thing when I'm still enjoying it as much as I did the first time, which I am. It's still a 5-star for me. Other than that, working my way through Queen of Shadows. I've crested halfway, so things should start finally happening in the book. That's my update. I'm going to the eye doctor today because I need to. I squint all the time now. I need new reading glasses. I need new driving glasses. Getting old as a bitch. Anyway, happy Monday. Oh, also, I emailed Book Depository because I did a pre-order of Muse of Nightmares with the painted edges. And I placed that in June. And the book came out the 2nd, and I still hadn't received it. And I know Book Depository takes a couple weeks, but this is like excessive. So I emailed them, and it turns out it's lost. They offered a replacement. I like got that copy because I want the sprayed edges, so hopefully it's still that version. But also it's cheaper now, so I'm like, do I ask for the cheaper price? Like, do I get the money back because I paid for pre-order price? It's $5 cheaper now because I paid pre-order price. And they didn't get it on pre-order. Now did I? I don't know. I don't want to be petty, but that's my update in reading. My daughter wants to be on the camera real quick, so. Alright, say, see you later. Put your glasses on. Put them 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 on. Ah! Bye.
bye.
Oh, hello. An update is that I've actually read a lot today, which is to say that I am quite a ways into Mr. Mercedes. I'm on page like 370 something. I can't see because it's one of those pages that starts a new part and thus there's no page number. I really like it. I don't know when I'll get to the sequel or the 3rd book in the series, hopefully in November, but I'll be doing NanoWriMo, and I already am booked with like 2 buddy reads that I have to work out and A Girl in the Tower to start, so we'll see what happens in November. I don't have high hopes. We might watch football tonight depending on who's playing. I haven't looked into it yet. We're gonna make chili for dinner. I just did some yoga. I got to read a lot because the baby took a nap on me and I had nothing else to do except read, which worked out. Went to the eye doctor today, got my new prescriptions, which is really just to help me, what's the word I'm looking for, sharpen what I'm looking at. So I got 2 new glasses that'll be in, one for reading, one for driving. And that's it. That's how my Monday's going. I might check in at the end of the day. I might just wait till tomorrow. We shall see. I will see you guys soon. Good morning. No, okay, fine. I'll just run through my updates. It's Tuesday. It's her Halloween party, so you can't see under her coat, but she is dressed as Violet from The Incredibles. They only get to wear their costumes for the first like 10 minutes of school, and the parents have to stay, and then we take them off and take them home. So that's cool. My reading updates. I read like all day yesterday, so I'm 85% through Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. We're almost at the end. I am loving it. I have solidified this month that Stephen King is probably one of my favorite writers. You love him or you hate him. I love him. I think the storyline is so cool. Anyway, I love that we get both perspectives of Bill Hodges, the detective, and also of the Mr. Mercedes killer. It makes for a very interesting storyline and build-up, and I think that's my favorite thing about Stephen King. Some people think that he goes on too long, and yes, he does a lot of the time, but I think if you really like his writing, it really immerses you in the story. He doesn't just tell a story, he tells like a world. Does that make sense? In any case, so that's where I'm at. I should finish it today. I'm also in the last part of The Bear and the Nightingale audiobook, which means that I should finish that today as well, which means that I am a day ahead of schedule in terms of what I thought, and I will be able to start The Girl in the Tower either tonight or tomorrow, which is great. And also because I've been updating my Sarah J. Maas Queen of Shadows via the blog lately. I move like 2% every day, maybe, possibly. So I'm at 53% of Queen of Shadows. I know Kingdom of Ash just came out. It's gonna be a while before I get my hands on that. And I'm not rushing. I just hope I don't see any spoilers. I've seen a couple spoilers. Like I know who's kind of together in Kingdom of Ash, but that's on me because the series has been out forever, so I don't feel like blameful of others because they're talking about things that have been known for a long time. In any case, that is my update. I have to hang out for this party, and then I have to return Bird Box to the library because it's due and someone has it on hold, so I can't extend it. She is gonna hang out with her grandpa all day today, so we won't see her till like bedtime, which is nice. And my son's obviously in school till later in the day, so it's just me and the husband and the baby, and we're gonna get some chores done and also do nothing. So it'll be nice. Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye. I finished Mr. Mercedes today. It was the day before Halloween. I also finished The Bear and the Nightingale today. Still a 5-star read, hands down, which means that dun, 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 dun. I took the cover off, so it's not really that exciting. I'm finally reading The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. I'm like 17 pages in. So far so good. Tomorrow's gonna be a busy day because it's Halloween and I also have to grocery shop. I'm already tired. The kids are going to bed really late. Do you remember? Isley hung out with her grandpa all day today, so she literally just got home 5 minutes ago. It is 8:50. They normally go to bed around 7:30. Baby's awake. The bags under my eyes are the size of houses. I'm gonna read a little bit. Hopefully Finch will get tired soon and I can go to bed. And then I'll see you on Halloween, the end of the Boo-A-Thon. And we'll check in with all the books that I've read for the Boo-A-Thon. All right, bye.
Go.
Guys, what are you being for Halloween?
Bye. And there.
How about you, Grumpy Pants?
I'm Mr. 90s man.
We will be incredible.
Alright, I haven't updated today. It was a busy morning because my sister and her husband put in an offer on a house, and today they had the inspection, and it's right by where we live. So my husband came with to drop our daughter off at school, and then we went and met them at the house to take a look at it. I got home and did some dishes and stuff, so I haven't read at all this morning because I started the morning by writing because it is November 1st, which means that NanaoWriMo has begun. I'm anxious as fuck about it. I've written about 700 words so far, which is a decent start on a new project I haven't mapped out. So I'm feeling good about that. I'm over-caffeinated, which will be a running theme all of NanoWriMo because it's the only way that I can guarantee that I get shit done. It's the only time of year besides like Christmas that I also drink tea in the afternoon and over-caffeinate myself and bring my anxiety up a whole bunch. Anyway, I started The Girl in the Tower yesterday. I really, really liked it. What I read so far, which is only about, I don't know, 70 pages. Maybe I started it the day before. I don't remember. Yesterday was obviously Halloween. We took the kids out by my mom's, which was great. They had a great time. People are showing up to pick their kids up from school. That's where I am. I think I'm gonna take Isley to the library after this, get home, maybe get some more writing done when I can, and then finish reading, etc., etc. I'll check in when I check in. All right, bye. Don't worry about it. This is not my most flattering angle, but I'm gonna run an update real quick. My kids are being bathed upstairs and I have the baby alone, so my quick update. Today was day 1 of NanoWriMo. Currently, I'm at like 1,500 words. As soon as the baby falls asleep, I intend to try and pump out like another couple hundred. I like to try and hit each day, especially in the beginning, at 2,000. So if something happens, and a lot is going to happen this month, I don't get too stressed about making the 50,000 words. Still feels like a stretch to me right now. In any case, I've barely read today. I'm trying to read a little bit of The Girl in the Tower right now. I want to try and get it done before the end of the weekend, which is a very big stretch goal because Kayla's on the fritz. I will link her down below. We're gonna buddy read Strange the Dreamer finally this month, and I haven't nailed down times yet, so it's either I'm gonna offer to start it either Sunday or next Sunday. So we'll see. Gonna try and read that in 7 days on top of NanoWriMo. And then I'm also waiting to hear back from the paperback biker to see if she's still interested in reading The Poppy War later in the month. So those are tentative future goals. Also, I stopped by the library, which you have already seen, to pick up a hold, which I got notified of on my way there. And that is something I'm excited about, but I don't know what I'm going to get to. A Very Large Expanse of Sea by, I think you pronounce it Tahari Mafi. Tahari Mafi. I'm terrible at pronunciation. Tahari Mafi. I've never read anything by her, ever. But I've heard good things about this. I want to say that Natasha from My Reading is Odd really, really liked it and read an arc recently. So there's that. And when I was looking for Giant Days, Volume 8 are we on? Which I still didn't have, so I finally just put it on hold along with Saga Volume 9. I picked up Giant Days Extra Credit, which I've heard like isn't that great, but I love Giant Days, so I'm gonna read it anyway. It's gonna be a slower reading month, I do believe. I will be shocked if I read more than like 7 or 8 things, so we'll see what happens. I've prepped a few videos to film soon. My baby's wiggling. Do you want to know this? There we go. Hello. Hello. Prepped a few videos to film soon. We might go get new bookshelves tomorrow, depending on how big the boxes are and whether we'll fit them in the car, because I'm running out of space, and we want to get some stuff done around the house organization-wise before my husband's surgery on Wednesday, which includes fixing the room up, which is a total mess. You only see like the shelf and how nice that looks. The rest of the room does not look that nice. Anyway, he's getting fussy because it's late, and I'm gonna try and write some more and read some more, and that'll be my update for today. I will see you guys when I see you. So cranky. Are you so cranky? Don't be creaky. You say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. See you tomorrow. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Who's it? Who's it? Who's it? Here's Finn. Hi. You say it's Saturday. And I haven't updated in a while because I've been doing NanaoWriMo. So I haven't been reading much because that's going to take most of my time. It's going to be a lot of graphic novels this month, I think. But I realized that I had never updated my progress on Boo-A-Thon and whether I completed it. So we're going to go over that real quick right now. Only one thing changed on my TBR. So let's go through it. I read Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King for orange on the cover because the umbrella has an orange handle. We all know how I felt about that. I liked it. 5-star. Retelling had initially been The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White. I didn't get to it. It was a little bit longer than I wanted to try at the time, so I still think I'm going to read it. It's just not a priority right now. So instead for that, I'm going to consider the retelling H.P. Lovecraft, He Who Wrote in the Darkness, because it's a retelling of his life. That might be cheating, but I don't care. The adaptation, I'm considering watching The Haunting of Hill House as the adaptation part because it was adapted from Shirley Jackson's novel. I watched the end of it at the beginning of Boo-A-Thon, so I'm counting that. Also, we've got for Spirit, I read City of Ghosts by V.E. Schwab, another favorite of the week, another 5-star. Spirits because the main character can talk to ghosts. Enchanting, I read Nevermore, and I think it'll count. I know that Maddie had it pretty loose in terms of what counted for what, so I'm going with Nevermore, which I read on ebook, so I don't have a physical copy of that. And then last, Dealer's Choice, I read Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. So this initially had been my want for the orange on the cover, but I wasn't sure that the library would get it in time, and then they did, so I got to read it. So that's pretty good. Let me see here. This plus Nevermore equals my Boo-A-Thon success. I'm pretty happy with what I read. I still have to film my October wrap-up. I've got a few tag videos to film. I don't know when I get to it. Hopefully this weekend, so that I have stuff for you guys outside of vlogs for the rest of the month. Currently I'm reading A Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. I'm moving through it slowly, one, so I can enjoy it, two, because I don't have a lot of time to read. And yesterday I did read all of Giant Day's extra credit, which was kind of weird. I enjoy the character so much. I love Giant Day so much that it was fun to have like an additional storyline, but also I read about it on Goodreads after I finished it, and it's like stories that didn't make the cut for the original volumes. And in my opinion, if you cut stuff from the original, there was probably a reason, and it was clear in this. Like the storylines were weird and had no point. Like one of them, they don't even become friends in the beginning of their semester, and it's kind of what happens, except they do become friends by the end of that issue, so that seemed pointless. It was alright. I gave it 3 stars, not my favorite from John Allison. Okay, that's it. I have a very busy day, probably a very busy forever. I've got a lot of stuff on my to-do list today. I'm about to go to Target to get some stuff with the baby. We'll see how I do vlog-wise while we prepare for my husband's surgery and organizing the house before that. And NanoWriMo, trying to write 2,000 words a day. That's where I'm at. It's Saturday. It's November, which means Christmas has begun. Doing a quick Saturday vlog update. I have barely read today, maybe 20 pages of Girl in the Tower. I did a lot of things today, including burn my face off with a moisturizing mask that did not moisturize, but did burn. I still have like 700 words to write for my personal goal for NanoWriMo today. If I get that done, I may read a little bit more. I don't really know. Feeling really unmotivated, and now my face hurts. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Real talk. I am not in the mood for reading. I've been reading Catherine Arden's The Girl in the Tower, which was a very anticipated read for me, and it is moving very slowly. I'm a little heartbroken about it because The Bear and the Nightingale is in the top 5 books I've ever read. I just reread it by listening to the audiobook in October, and I still love it. I don't know if it's because it's the middle book of a trilogy, so as we all know, all of us who read series, sometimes middle books suffer from middle book syndrome, which is that nothing really happens. It's just the middle of 2 big events. I think part of my not caring so much about it right now is that the fun and whimsy in The Bear and the Nightingale that had to do with what Vasya could see, like the little, I'm not Russian so I can't pronounce it, but like the domovoys, they don't really exist in this story. It's a lot of travel and pre-war. It's moving slow. I'm 40-something% through. I've been reading it since the day before Halloween, I believe. It's the 4th now. It's almost a week, and I am not even halfway through. So it's kind of putting me in a slump, and I hate it. It's still possible I'll end up loving it, but I don't right now. So I think it's gonna be a very graphic novel heavy month because they're quick to get through, and I don't feel burdened by it. And also I'm gonna be reading Strange the Dreamer with Kayla from On the Fritz soon, so it's like big books this month, so I'll probably only have a couple novels read by the end of the month, which kind of sucks. But I'm also doing NanoWriMo, as we all know, and so on that I've been very successful. I am currently on day 4, sitting at just over 9,000 words, which is really great. I'm loving what I'm writing. I'm like replotting it as I go. That's the joy of writing, I guess. You start with an idea and it ends up not being anything like you thought. So there's that. It's really gloomy out today. We're supposed to get snow in like a week. I still got a lot to do before Wednesday, which is my husband's surgery. So we'll see. My kids are being just crazy in their bedroom right across the hall. That's it. I'm gonna shower. I wanted to film today, but with the gloom, I'm not sure in terms of lighting, and also it's a busy day. And I've got a bit of a headache. My face is still pretty red from burning last night. Sunday. I loved this. Hey guys, it's the end of Sunday. I didn't read, no, that's a lie. Why am I lying? I read a bit today. I actually did. Because I got my writing completely done early. I also did a fuckload of laundry, trying to get out from the laundry hell before my husband is incapacitated. But in between loads and stuff, I read Zodiac Star Force in its entirety. I was so in love with it. Like, it's a little cheeky, it's a little cheesy. I really liked it. The second one isn't available at my library, so I put it on my Amazon wish list. So that's where I like keep the books that when I suddenly have like extra money that I can spend on a book, I'll look through and I'll find one that I like desperately need. I don't like to spend money on graphic novels, but I'd make an exception. So I might, we'll see what happens. But I really, really liked it. So if you want to like check out a fun and colorful and female-based badass group of ladies that have superpowers and save the world and shit, this is your jam. Also read a bit of The Girl in the Tower because my son fell asleep on me for like almost 2.5 hours, so I got to read a bit. It's moving very slowly. A couple times earlier today I thought maybe I would put it down and pick something else up. It's not because I don't like it. I'm actually at a part where I'm like, I want to go downstairs and read it again, but I'm going to take a quick bath. My intention is to finally get to Kim and Kim Volume 2 because I've checked it out probably 3 times in a row now, maybe even 4, and I think it's time to get to it. It's also the end of Sunday, so I'm not really sure where I'm at in The Girl in the Tower, probably just over a little over halfway. I'm sorry that there hasn't been any like legit videos. There's only been vlogs lately. Life's been hectic. I haven't had time to sit and film. I'm gonna try and get some stuff done tomorrow and have it up. So the tomorrow would be your today. And have some things to put up throughout November because once my husband has his surgery, he can't lift anything for 8 to 12 weeks. That's gonna put a lot of pressure on me. Not really pressure, what's the word I'm looking for? I won't be able to just pawn the baby off on him so I can sit down and film. I'm gonna have to do a lot of the heavy lifting, both literally and emotionally. So we'll see how it goes. So that's why I want to try and get a bulk of filming done tomorrow so that I can push it out over the next month until he's at least pain-free. That is it for my update. I don't know how this vlog turned out because it was a rough week mentally speaking for me. I'm really anxious about this upcoming surgery and it's kind of affected everything. So it was kind of a boring reading week, and then plus with NanaoWriMo, and I'm also trying to unofficially put in 30 minutes of exercise every day just for my own mental well-being, and a friend of mine is doing it, so it's good motivation to do it, even though I'm just doing yoga right now because it's the only thing I can energetically put myself into. It's still something, and between those two things plus not really having any breaks for myself coming on a day-to-day basis, your girl's gonna be probably a mess. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for being here as always. Let me know how you're doing down below. I got nothing more for you. Like if you've liked this video, subscribe if you're new here and you enjoyed the content. I will see you guys when I see you. Happy November.